we're back and we've changed. Yes, because this is the C Morning Show on a Sunday morning. That is why it's perfect a day for sports, especially we got Palele right here next to us.
No, don't worry, guys. We're not going home early. We're just changed for this particular segment because we are going to talk about sports. And we never know what might happen while we play sports, whether just for fun, recreationally, or as a professional, as the risk of injuries is always present. So in this talk show, we're going to discuss how to perhaps diagnose and treat our sports injuries. And joining us this morning is one of the recovery and medical team members for Team Indonesia at the Paris Olympics 2024 this past summer in France, as well as a high-performance coach and a friend of the program as well, Matias Ibo. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Hey guys.
Love your shirt, by the way.
Yes, so
representing.
Which means we gotta ask then, right? And since he's wearing the shirt, before we talk about injuries and sports, you were appointed as the physiotherapist for the Indonesian team at the Paris Olympics. Tell us a little bit of the story about our heroes in Paris. What was that experience?
Yeah, it was excellent actually. I was privileged to be part of a medical and recovery team. That's where we're doing to help the Indonesian team to perform good in the Olympic 2024. So being there, and among all the best athletes in the world, that's only something. That's already something, and seeing how everybody, works so hard to get in there and try to perform, and especially our athlete as well to be there as a first timer as well. I think that's just so good just to be there.
I think we fail to appreciate. A lot of times we just see the athletes, but you don't realize how big the teams actually are. There's coaches, officials,
supporters, right?
Yeah, medical teams as well as physiotherapists as well. So you made us all proud.
I cannot believe, Coach, you're sharing the air and breathing the same air as LeBron James. All right. So you're also known as one of the coach for the high performance.
Correct.
So can you share with us, before and during the games of the matches? In regards to what we need to prepare.
Well, I think what is important is that you have to prepare the athletes to perform well, so they're 100% fit. So that's the main goal of everything in the sport, really. But actually, if you wanna do it, you have to take back a lot of months before, weeks, to prepare them. But then the 3-4 days before the sport, you just have to make sure that they're disciplined. In their sleeping, for example. I mean, it's very. You cannot cheat sleep.
Nope.
Everybody needs it. The athlete needs it. They need a good shakeout run or shakeout movement, little gym work, and just make sure they don't have injury. Quick assessment to see how is the joint moving good or not. The muscle is tight or not, and you have to release them, or you have to do some mobility, stability, just those little things, and nutrition, of course. You have to get the proper food, the clean food. There's no dirty food.
No junk foods.
No junk food at all.
Yeah, and I think when we talk about physiotherapists, we always think, they're the ones that help you when you get injured. Where it's actually your role is much more than that. You're trying to prevent them from getting injured.
Correct. Yeah. That's what people mostly think, because they only go to the physiotherapist whenever they get injured.
Right.
But actually, a physio job is also just to make sure that you have a good program in preventing or minimizing the injury. We cannot prevent injury, but we can minimize it actually from happening. And it also depends on what sport you're doing. If you're basketball, for example, and you need to work on a lot of the stability, agility movement. Where if you're a runner, just a lot of plyometry and speed and endurance. So we have to prepare them for that.
All right. So so then you go to physiotherapist not only because you're injured, to relaxing yourself if needed too, right? Because let's say you're going to the gym, you had a very hard day, and there's no injury, thank God, but you still need to relax yourself.
Yeah,
just for simple assessment,
That's right.
See where you are.
You never know what you might feel great, but then someone like him will look at your posture and say, no, you're all out of sorts.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk a little bit about non-athletes.
Yes.
We talk about how important is it for us to assess our fitness levels, because a lot of times as beginners, we would just go to the gym or we trust our personal trainers, but we don't really know what our fitness levels are, and in turn, following that, what risk that puts us at for injury.
Yeah, actually that's very, that's for non-athletes, I think that's very, very tricky. Because everybody's different, so you have to see person A, person B, person C, and all different thing. How tall they are, how heavy they are, how thin they are. How mobile they are. Do they walk to work, for example, or they commute? You don't know. But just to assess it, very simple. I'm looking at the World Health Organization basically. The requirement is very simple, that you have to move minimal of 150 minutes a week.
So
that's come down to 22, 23. A day of constant movement. People think that, okay, I'm just gonna, for example, from the office, I'm just gonna go out to get some food. I walk. But actually what's come down to sport or moving is not just those movements, but it's the 20, like just say half an hour, just for the easy math. 30 minutes of constant movement at the same time. So without stopping, whether you're walking, whether you're cycling, you're running, you're playing futsal, basketball, anything. And that's where you are. So I think the basic thing that everybody can do is just walking. So see, can you just walk in the same tempo for half an hour non-stop? And then you decide, you know, where you are. I mean, probably, oh, my foot hurts. All right, it's fine. My hip doesn't feel good. Mulai engap, with the breathing is getting tougher. So I think that's that's very easy for non-athletes just to see where they are. And normally your body will also tells you, you know, where you are at, you know.
But you have to be constantly within that period of time of that 20 to 30 minutes.
You can't like put like 5 minutes, six together.
You cannot. You have to be constantly, that's what we call the basic endurance. Basically, they do this a movement constantly 30 minutes. I think that's where World Health Organization is getting into, because it's easy 150 minutes, I can do it in a day. But if you just do it 5 minutes now, 5 minutes later, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Okay, gotcha. Because right now it's really booming where people count their, steps. They're like, oh, got 10,000 steps in a day, but it's not constant, right? Like you're not constantly walking for
10,000 steps. I mean, if you can say, okay, I'm going to do now 5,000 in one go, for example.
Right.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, and don't use a jockey. Seems to be a trend these days.
That's right.
Don't tell anyone.
From walking to walking. All right, so then, Coach, can you share with us a couple of movements, for us to put right here in the middle? Maybe we should put this iPad somewhere here.
There you go.
I think it's very simple. Just for the posture is one of my favorite. I think we look for the ankle first. Because if you look for the ankle, it's not just this movement, but it's all constant movement. So from the heel, basically I'm just showing you first, heel and then go up and roll up. So this is a whole movement for the ankle.
You can feel the stretch right here, right?
Correct. So what I do, for example, just to keep the postures and lining up, just put one arm on the top, just for the sake of keeping your body straight. If you don't, then just go buckle forward. So you just lift up, and then you go up and land on your heel and roll it up and come forward. You give a little tiptoe and land on the heel.
Okay.
So that.
I'll go this way.
What's the lifting of the arm? It's throwing me off a little bit. Is that on purpose?
That's a balance. Yeah, that's on purpose, because if you're like just on the side, what you do is then you go forward and you look down.
This will keep you up, right?
Yes, and you don't so you want to have a good straight posture. This is just a little thing. And also throw you off balance. So then you work on your balance, on stability as well.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to make it tougher, you can always hold a dumbbell or a plate on the top, or you're just a mobile, you know.
Okay.
And just keep it a little bit. And just tiptoe, always land on the heel and roll it all the way. Yes.
Oh, okay. So these corrective movements that I'm doing, it's actually helping me kind of strengthen the parts of me that I don't usually use sometimes.
Exactly. Correct? And also just for the balance and stability, it's also just good, you know.
Okay. All right. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
Let's do another one. Yes. Switch arm, left.
Okay.
Left.
Yeah. I mean left and right, just so you don't
balance
get
it out.
Up
Lift our heel.
and knees up, high, and land on the heel. Roll it up, tiptoe.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Wow.
It might look easy for the viewers at home, but it's actually a little tricky.
Yeah.
And there's that stretch that you feel.
Yeah, you can feel on the stretch on the hammies and on hamstring and on the calf as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Okay.
So this is one of the things that you can do as well.
Okay.
And then the other one is for the body is little plyo as well. I think it's really good to have a little of a power. So. Basically, it's my set of physio. I think we can argue about it because, for example, people do squatting like this way, right?
Yes.
But for example, because we're talking about non-athletes,
okay,
we have to keep our foot forward.
Okay.
Right.
So basically, your toes are at 12 o'clock and your heels at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so right there. Yes.
Yeah. Now, you bend your knee a little bit, just bend it a little bit, and then turn it outwards.
Okay.
Try not to lift your big toe.
Okay.
Now, I'm not quite sure, but some people will start to feel discomfort around the leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you feel discomfort, it shows that some part of your body need to be trained.
Okay.
Oh, I know my lower.
What part do you feel discomfort? Where
like right here.
Exactly. The knee. It can be around the knee.
Yeah.
You can feel it around your glutes. You can feel it around your calf just by doing so.
Okay.
This happened because we sit a lot, right?
Right.
So we sit a lot, and because we sit a lot, we compensate to one side.
Yes, true.
So then if you do the sport, this is what we see for example, to prevent the injury, you try to work it out to make your posture good first, and then you do the sport.
Right.
So we start from here, and what we do is we just one forward, up. Just keep it on 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Okay.
With the knee outwards again, And then we just do backwards. 1 and 2. Okay, good. Just have to keep it tight. And then we just jump, up, keep it straight.
Oh,
there you go. Make sure the knee lands before the toes.
Knees before the
That's
toes.
good, that's good, that's good. One more time. And then we go back again, steps, and do the little jumping and landing. So, and that's good. So this little type of what we call just basic plyometry, of course, we can just build it.
But I can feel it right here.
You can feel it right there.
Yeah.
Like right here on the knees.
A little bit, yeah, but it's okay. I don't feel discomfort, but there is a little bit of
I feel
strenuous.
tense.
Yeah, a little
in
bit
this
tense.
little area.
Then you know that you need to train that a little bit more. The stability or the muscle of your quads and so on. So that's from there, then we
more
work.
leg days.
Yeah.
Like Coach just met me for 5 minutes, he knows what I'm lacking on. It's like gym day is always my upper body now. Like, oh my gosh, Coach. All right.
Okay, so
great.
apart, like these are some exercises that can also tell if can they tell if we're at risk for injury in particular areas, some of these exercises?
Yes, because if you feel tense on one side, for example, just for example, the knee.
Yes.
And if you run, I mean, running is very tricky, especially for the knee.
Yes.
And what people don't realize it, whenever you land, this is quadriceps. Let's just go back one step. The function of quadriceps is just to extend your leg.
Okay, yes.
Basically. Now, what happens is if you're running, and I mean, running is the basic of every sport, right? When you land, the function of quadriceps is no longer to extend, but to break your leg.
Okay.
So it actually come to elongated positions. It come in just holding it up, stretching.
Yes.
But then you have to quickly move it forward and extend it. So from breaking, you have to give power. And that's why there's a lot of people have problem with the knee because they don't train their quadriceps good enough.
Okay, and it adds the pressure on the knee.
Correct. It just either you train it with a simple exercise, and that's a simple plyo by jumping because you train.
Yeah.
So that's very important. So if you don't train it, then you can get injury.
What if someone, let's say, had an injury and then they go back to training and then they did the training properly in an improper way?
Yeah.
Could they go back to their
Absolutely.
current or past injury?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just for example, I forget the name, the badminton player of Spanish badminton player.
She
female.
Female.
Carolina
Correct.
Yeah.
She got the double ACL.
Right. I think it was in the finals.
And the
finals, right?
she got it Olympic for a third time.
Yes.
Right.
So you can see that she already got 2 ACL and she performed still in a high level.
Yeah.
So yes, it's possible. And for non-athletes, also possible. The key is that after operation, after the injury, that you do a proper rehab.
Okay.
The rehab might be really boring, but those boringness, that's
what makes you
That's the key,
stronger.
you know what I mean? You work on your posture, you work on your joint, you work on mobility, you work on stability, you work on your simple strength,
Right.
It's not, you don't compare it with somebody who is doing a CrossFit or jumping around in the gym, but just what is suitable for you,
Basketball players that you've seen get these major severe injuries and then surgeries, you sometimes see clips of them doing simple things. That's actually to help with the rehab. It's not like heavy, strenuous exercise as well.
Yeah.
What about, sometimes a common question we get is, when you see wear and tear on our footwear, mine is brand new, so you can tell I haven't been exercising, but sometimes it wears, for example, a runner, it starts to wear on the outside more or on the inside. Can that tell us that we're at risk of injury?
Yes, you can tell how they run and how they need to fix their form of running.
Okay.
Because whenever you land on your footwear, on the bottom, and you see, like, for example, on the side, that means that you land actually sidewards.
Right.
So if you line sideways, it means that this is not a correct posture. In any sport, there's a risk of you twist your ankle or knee. So it means that you have to work it out. Then you see that. So now there's a different type of treatment that we have in the treatment room or in the gym. How to fix that.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know. Even like when you're running, there has to be techniques, right? And like skills on that.
And I guess it doesn't matter if somebody's sometimes people are bow-legged, or my wife has her knees go in a bit, but they should still be able to run straight.
I mean, this comes down to, if it's functional, because you never exercise and it happens because of work, because of injury, we can fix them. But if it natural come that way whenever you're born, then everybody's
unique in their own way.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's tricky. You got to know yourself.
As long as it doesn't annoy you, it doesn't give you pain, it doesn't give you discomfort, then you're okay.
All right. Good to know.
Yes.
I'm actually glad I got through those exercises because without any pain. Because I was worried
I
there.
need to like work on my lower half.
Yeah, we all need to work on our legs a little more. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Coach.
for being here, and best of luck to you as well. Have you got you've got a run coming up soon?
Yeah, I've just finished Sydney Marathon last week.
Yes.
So, but my plan will be trying to do the Taiwan at the end of the year.
Awesome.
Oh, congratulations.
All right. Good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're going to take another short break here, but we got more sports coming your way, this time from the world of sports, in our sports recap segment coming up after this next break. Stay tuned.